Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Frida and I'm so happy that you're here. I hear that you want to start being more consistent at the gym. I love that for you. I am so happy and I want to support you through your journey. Whatever you're a beginner, you've been going to the gym through a couple years already, but you feel like you are not being consistent for some reason and you keep falling apart. I hope these tips can really help you. What I'm about to share with you, it completely changed me, and it completely changed my mindset about working out and showing up for myself in any type of movement. That can be weightlifting, that can be yoga, running, whatever. It's just all about changing our mindset. So let's just start with our mindset. It's so important that you really identify what is the mindset of why you are starting your gym journey or your fitness journey. If you are starting from a place of I really don't like myself and I don't like the way I'm looking, it's more on physical. I want to save you so much time. If you're coming from that place because spring is coming, summer is coming, and you want to lose weight quick, and seriously, that is the worst thing that you can do for yourself. You're wasting time, you're not going to be consistent, you are going to hate the process, and it's just gonna be hard. You need to change that mindset and you have to start coming from a place of I'm working out because I want to look healthier in the future, because I'm doing this for my future self, but not because you want to look in a certain way. And yes, when you are consistent, you have a overall good good relation with food, you are eating well, you are nourishing yourself, and you are working out, you're gonna notice change. But we have to kind of forget about their goal and more to work out for that version of ourselves, that we are working out because we really just want to improve our overall health. When I change that mindset, and especially me as a fitness instructor, I'm a Pilates instructor, and I almost very often I get this conversation with my clients that they are like, well, I want to work out because I want to lose weight, I want to lose my fat. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but I think it's more important that you are focusing on improving your overall health. And fitness is just not because you're going to improve your looks. You're improving so many areas. You are improving your mindset, you're improving your mentality, you're feeling good, you're feeling happy. It's the best thing that you can do for yourself. Like, we should start looking up, and I'm doing this for self-care and taking care of myself, so in the future, when I'm 40, when I'm 50, when I'm 60, I'm feeling strong. I am strong. And that is the most important thing that I think we should start on changing your mindset. I understand yourself, like, it's okay. I've been there so many times. I've been there, I'm like going to the gym because I wanna lose weight, and that is fine. That's part of the process. But I just want to save you time, and I just want you to understand that it's so important to change your mindset in order for you to feel different results. Once you change your mindset, everything is going to feel so different. The journey is going to feel more endurable. It's something that you are committing to yourself for your whole life. Fitness is just not only because you are trying to lose weight for summer. It's not really like that. You're having this chance to take care of yourself, and I think we should just honor our body in that way without really thinking of putting extra pressure on ourselves and adding all that energy. Because when we are stressing so much or trying to hit some target, you adding extra stress to your body. So it's so important to let that go, and it's a long-term goal. I feel like we really want things really quick, and especially with fitness, I don't really think it's like that. It's something that it will take us our whole life, and it's such an incredible journey if you think about it, because in this moment of your life, you may be scared of going to the gym, but then in maybe next year or in the next 2 years, it's gonna be a different journey that you're going to experience. And I think it's just so important to understand yourself, where you are right now. Take a moment right now to really let this sink. So once you change your perspective, you change your mindset. And I remember in the beginning of my fitness journey that when I really take my fitness journey really serious, it was in 2019. So around this time, I really have to evaluate the people in my circle. And this is, I think, a part that I haven't really heard people talk about it, but it's just really important when you're starting your fitness journey to evaluate who you are surrounding yourself with. Because let's be honest, sometimes in our weekends, I go every Saturday and Sundays, I wake up at 9 or 8 a.m. to go to workout, right? And then when I start my fitness journey, I remember that I surround myself in the past with some people who go out at night, or they just stay out all night on a Friday night. They want to go for drinks, they want to do things, and that is absolutely fine. Like, it's nothing wrong with it. But I'm in a point in my life that I cannot be surrounded with people who want to spend their Friday or their weekend drinking, because that's just not my goals. And we have to really evaluate we're surrounded with ourselves with, because if you don't really take your time, if you are already, let's say that you're already changing your mindset, you are focusing on your goals, you're starting to eat healthy, you're showing up for yourself, you're working out very often, and you're going through this process when you're starting to feel really good. And then all of a sudden your friend call you on a Friday night and she's like, let's go out, let's have some fun tonight. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that, but I think in the beginning of your journey, it's so important that you stay focused until you feel confident with your journey. Like, at this point of my life, I give myself the freedom to, sometimes I can go out. But it comes to a balance, right? But it's so important that in the beginning of the journey, you stay really focused into it, and you make this commitment to yourself for at least 6 months, I will say. So we more than often we get caught off in our heads with worrying about what other people may think about us. I think it's just so important to stop letting those thoughts control you and learn to grow from discomfort. Meaning that if you are at the gym and you're alone and you're not feeling comfortable, look around yourself and then you see people working out, and then you're starting to feel that, that anxiety of, oh my God, what if they're thinking that I'm looking stupid doing this exercise? Or what if I'm doing it wrong? Or what if? We're starting allow those thoughts to come into our head. Take a moment to breathe, because let me tell you one thing: don't compare yourself with others. And I know it's so easy to hear, but trust me, comparison is the killer of joy. And I've been there so many times. We all have done that. Like, we all been there, that you compare yourself with others, you judge others, and that is absolutely okay. But it's important that you learn to stop doing that, because that is just not helping you, especially when you're on your fitness journey. You have to understand that you are on your own unique journey, and others, they have their own journey, and that's fine. But it doesn't matter. Like, you have to mind your business. You have to learn to be okay with making mistakes. Making mistakes will help you to grow. But if you are always so scared of doing things, you will never learn. You will always stay just the same. So we don't want that. When you see someone and you're like, hey, that person looks really good, don't see them as a threat, see them as an inspiration. You can be that person. You can even ask them for tips. Like, I feel like sometimes we are just so scared of when we see someone that, I'm gonna give you an example. A couple days ago, I was in the subway, and then it was a very cold day, and then I saw this girl who, she was wearing a skirt, and then she was wearing a big fluffy coat. She looked absolutely stunning, right? And then one part of my brain, it was like, oh my God, she just really wants to attract attention. Like, why is she dressing like that? But then I took a moment to understand myself, and that was coming from a place of judging her and kind of envy, because I'm like, I would like to have that coat, and I would like to look like that for a day night on a Friday. So my moment, I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's not right. I shouldn't be doing that. So what I did is that I literally went next to her and I told her, you look absolutely stunning. I love your coat. She was so happy. Like sometimes we just have to understand why they're coming, why that thought is coming from. For example, for me, in that moment, yes, my reaction was like, why is she dressing like that? Then I realized that I really like that outfit a lot. Like I just realized she looked absolutely stunning and I wanna be like her. But instead of seeing her as a threat and look at her like, oh my god, like when else did, I just decided to change that and change the circle. And to change that because more than often we want to stand up and we want to look into certain way and we just want to live our best life, but because we're so scared of what other people may think, we just don't do the thing. So in that moment I just wanted to break the cycle, and I know that one day in the future I want to wear something just like her. So instead of just coming from this place of judging her, I decided to do the different thing. That is what I feel that is so important, to start seeing people and as inspiration and not as a threat. There is enough space in this world for everyone to shine. One of the biggest challenges that we all face is consistency and learning to be consistent. Especially when we're starting with a new routine, when we're starting working out. It's so easy to get so excited and motivated. We buy new clothes, we buy new gym shoes. We get so excited, we tell our friends, we start, we get excited, and so that happened in the beginning, right? We are super excited to start a new journey. We even wake up extra early, we buy our proteins, whatever it is, you are just excited. And that enthusiasm is amazing. That excitement can fade really quickly if we don't have a plan in place. Number one thing for staying consistent is to do activities that you truly enjoy. And I know that you may follow that person on TikTok or Instagram, and that person only lifts weights, and you may see that as like, wow, I want to be that. But then you go to the gym, you try, and you don't like it. That's great. You have your own unique journey, and I think it's so important for you to find activities that you truly enjoy, something that you look forward, and that you have a mix of exercise. I feel like when we're starting on our fitness journey, most of us start lifting weights, and it's great. Like, don't take me wrong, I love it, I lift weights, but I think it's so important that you give to your body different types of movements. And I'm talking about that you experience everything. You can go to swimming classes, you can go to ballet, you can go to Pilates, you can go to bar, you can go to yoga, like whatever it is, you have to have different workouts so you really enjoy the process and you don't see it as punishment. Especially if you get bored really easily. I get bored very easily, and I can just don't do one thing. Like, I crave more. I wanna do more. I just don't want to get into this box of, oh, I only lift weights. I just go to the gym. I like to do different things. I like to move my body in all the ways possible. So and remember, there is no one size fits all. That is so important that you have to understand, especially when it comes to fitness. It's just because I like to do different movements, that doesn't mean that you like that. For you, maybe you just like to do cardio, and that's absolutely fine. Spring with different activities until you find what you genuinely look forward to do. My number 2 tip for when it comes to stay consistent is that I will highly recommend you, at least for 2 months, to really create a calendar of the days that you're going to be working different things. For example, Monday you can do arms, Tuesday you can do lower body, Wednesday cardio. You have to have a plan, and you kind of have to have an idea. Take 1 day per week to really organize your week and how you want your workouts to be. The last tip for stay consistent here is, especially if you're a woman, I will recommend you to work with your cycle. This is so easy to do. So in the days that when you're on your period, try to do workouts that are gentle for you. That can be yoga, that can be doing some low impact Pilates on your mat, then when you are off of your period, you can start adding more high intensity workouts and just try different things that work for you. I think it's very important that you really focus to your body and you bring that mind-body connection. Really tune with your body and see what feels good for you. So we're getting into the good stuff. Let's talk about like how to overcome our gym anxiety. So I want to share some tips to help you to overcome this. I know that it's a really hard process and I know that it's not easy. I've been there and I feel you. So I have 8 tips that may help you to overcome your gym anxiety, and instead of feeling anxious, it's gonna help you to feel better and light. Just remember that this is a process and it's just not something that you can overcome easily. You know, the next day you're going to become this super confident person, but these tips are definitely going to help you to give you some guidance or how to start feeling more confident and how to really enjoy this process of working out without feeling the anxiety of what other people may think of you. So my tip number 1 is that you really have to acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to feel anxious. It's okay to feel all those emotions, but you can just not hold this emotion hoping that you're not gonna feel it. You're not going to feel them anymore. It's okay to feel that, and that is absolutely beautiful and is part of the process. That is a part of your journey that you are in that moment. You have to understand that those feelings are natural and are part of the process. But remember that just feeling anxious at that moment is not going to define your whole journey. That is just momentary. It's like when you start doing something new, of course you don't really know, so you may feel nervous, but then after that, you are feeling more confident. So just because the first day you felt awful, you feel really nervous, that doesn't mean that every time you step into the gym, you're going to feel that way. Sometimes it's just the first time, you know, that you're just feeling like that. Just acknowledge your feelings and then take a deep breath in, and that's just temporarily. Remember that feeling anxious the first time or the couple times that you are at the gym is temporarily. My number 2 is that you have to really change your mindset, change your focus. If you're really thinking of what others are thinking about you, if you're doing something wrong and you know that everything that you're doing is wrong, remember that everyone in that space start just like you. They didn't have idea what to do, they feel very nervous. Sometimes we have to push ourselves just a tiny bit so we can elevate. If you don't make mistakes, how are you going to learn? We have to learn that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel embarrassed. It's okay to feel anxious. That's part of life. And that, I think, is absolutely amazing that you're learning something new, because it would be so boring if you don't really know what you're doing and you just continue to do the same thing. Like, why do you want that? The only person that you should be comparing yourself is the person that you were yesterday. That's all. Don't compare yourself with someone else. My next tip that I want to share here is to set realistic expectations. You have to understand that progress takes time and consistency. You are not going to see results overnight. Set realistic goals and celebrate all the small victories. For example, like going to the gym, stepping up out the door, doing all those things are small victories that you are doing, and I think that incredible, and it deserves to be celebrated. And you deserve to celebrate them. Number 4, educate yourself. Remember that knowledge is power, and I would just really recommend you that the first day at the gym, you are just walking around, you are feeling the area, you are getting to know all the machines, you know, you are just walking around, understanding the environment. That is so important, and I would just really recommend that at least for the next 2 months at your fitness journey, you have a calendar of which day you're working which part of your body. I think that one mistake that I used to do is that I just go without having a plan, without thinking of what I'm gonna be working, and then I was just like, okay, just when I get there, I will work something out. Like, it's not really like that. Especially when you're feeling really anxious, it's really important that you find routines that feel really good for you. And it's so important that you are very organized with with what you're working, there is like millions of apps that can help you to, find a routine for you. I would definitely recommend you to do that. Find an app, find workouts that feel good for you, but it's so important that you plan your workouts. Number 5, you need to find your comfort zone. You need to explore different parts of the gym, and you need to find your happy corner. I have my happy corner at the gym. I have my happy place, and that is next to the window, and I just really love it because sometimes when I'm getting too much into my head, I can close my eyes and I just look into the window. It brings me so much peace. So I think it's so important that you find your happy corner. I have to turn on the lights because it's getting dark now. Then my next tip, I have some mixed feelings with this one, and is to find a friend. What I have mixed feeling is because I have this friend that I start working out with a friend, and then sometimes I rely on how she's feeling to go to work out, even though I was feeling great and I really want to work out. If she was like, oh, I don't feel like going, I was like, you're right, I don't feel like going as well. So, in the end, I decided to just work out by myself. But I think it's just depending your type of friend, absolutely. And especially if you have a lot of gym anxiety, definitely working out with a friend is the best thing that you can do for yourself. But it's totally up to you. I give you options, I share my experience, you decide what to do with it, okay? So my tip number 7 is to practice self-compassion. You really have to be really kind with yourself through this process. It's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to take breaks, and it's okay to have setbacks. Remember that you're doing something positive for your well-being and mental health, and that is what matters the most. I feel that sometimes we think that, oh, if you're on this fitness journey, you shouldn't be taking any breaks, and then you should just be working out 24/7 type of thing. And it's not real like that. You need to take breaks and bring that mind-body connection, listen to your body, and take as many breaks as you need, because this is a long-term goal. Don't focus on someone else. Maybe for someone, they don't like to take breaks. That's fine. That's them. You are you, and you are your own unique person. My last point here, I want you to celebrate yourself for all your small victories. Whatever is lifting a heavy weight, in a longer distance, or just simply feeling more confident, that is something that is worth it to celebrate. Start romanticizing yourself. Lastly, let's talk about motivation. Spoiler alert, motivation comes and goes, okay? You cannot just work out based on motivation. That is just gonna come and go. If the weather is not looking great, you are not going to work out because you are not feeling it. You cannot not rely on your motivation. Instead, you have to focus on building discipline. You have to focus on the small steps. Discipline is what will help you to keep showing up even on days when you are not feeling like going to the gym and you just rather be on bed watching Netflix. As long as you keep putting the work and you create a routine, you will see the results. And there you have my top tips of how to stay consistent at the gym and how to actually build a routine. Remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. There are fit and a healthy mind and body. Remember to be really patient with yourself. Stay consistent. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!